Greetings and warm blessings. I'm Sister Hya and I'm coming to you live and direct from the Tricycle Theatre in Kilburn, London. I'm here to present to you and share with you an amazing Blacktastic event, a 3-day film festival, the Images of Black Women Film Festival, the UK's only platform for black women in film. 2 films showcasing this evening: Jesse Owens, the great Olympian, his life story, and the second film, Yelling to the Sky. Both films will be presented to us by Celia C. Peters. So stay tuned for the amazing interviews with Sylvia Rano, the founder of Images of Black Women in Film, and Celia C. Peters, another inspirational black woman. Stay locked because we would like to share some amazing interviews with you. Love the hat, my sister.
Thank you very much.
So tell me, let the people know what you thought of this evening.
For me, first time experience, out with my girls. It was brilliant. Never come to an event like this before. I think it's a brilliant focus. Love the films. I missed part of the first one, the documentary about Jesse. But the second film, excellent. Yelling in the Sky. Excellent film. Brilliant.
Thanks, my sister. Why do you think it's so important for our community to support events like this?
Without supporting events like this, our viewpoint within the industry is never going to be seen or heard. I myself, I work for a media company, and the opinion has been voiced on many levels that there is enough black or ethnic representation. So for events like this, I think are extremely good. They need to be publicised a lot more. We need to get a lot more of local talent, not just, it's brilliant that it's worldwide, but I'd like to see a lot more British film. A hell of a lot more black British filming.
First and foremost, have to support these events. We have to support our sisters in the struggle, putting on these events for the community, because we don't get to see inspirational black women or black women filmmakers doing their thing, so we have to support. The films were excellent. The first film, Jesse Owens, it took me back to my youth because I used to be an athlete when I was in my younger years. My events that I used to do was 100 metres, 200 metres, hurdles, and I dabbled with the high jump as well, but as you can see I'm vertically challenged as well. So I have to be, I love the film, absolutely loved it as well. It was very inspirational to watch, and I agree with the sister that spoke at the beginning that we need to encourage our young people to come to these events as well. Very inspirational. The second film was quite heart-wrenching for me because it was looking at how abuse affects young women and how it's perpetuated through the family and how it affects different family members differently. And the young lady in particular was looking for a father figure or somebody to show her love, and the young man got slain at the end due to the drug activities. But it's very interesting, very heartbreaking, but very interesting, and I'm glad I came out today.
Tell me, what did you think about this evening?
Yeah, very enjoyable evening. I don't get to the cinema very much, so it was good to see 2 interesting films, 2 different type of films about our people in different kind of contexts. So it was quite interesting and quite extreme context. So that was kind of a good eye-opener, especially from the perspective of our sisters. And so yeah, very, very interesting.
Okay, thanks, my brother. Can I ask you, so what would you actually take home with you, in your mind, what did you really take from the films?
Basically, the bottom line is just the expression of what's happened to us as people, and the different scenarios that has been magnified for us to have a look. So yeah, that's what I've kind of.
Thanks, my brother. What did you like about the 2 films showcased this evening?
I feel like Jesse Owens, I knew him to be the Olympian that he was, but I never knew the man. And I feel like I know the man now. I know his struggles. And to see from such a perspective, I have so much of a greater respect for him, for what he did as a black man, more so, and for what he did for like myself, just not for any just Olympian, but for myself as a black woman. And Yelling to the Sky, I saw it because I thought it was young people. I was thinking maybe another like American version of adulthood, and in a way it was, but it was so much more expressive. I felt with less words, it showed a bigger picture of like individual basis of what goes on, and had a lot of realism to it. And I felt really moved by it. I did. It was really good.
It was an interesting evening, 2 very different films, but I enjoyed both of them. The first one, the Jesse Owens, was quite inspirational. Took me back and certain references to history and so on. The second film I found quite disturbing, but it was interesting. It was interesting, an insight into another world, really, as far as I'm concerned.
Thanks, my sister. Can I ask you why it's disturbing? Because it is part of our story within the community, you know?
Just the impact of some of the scenes within that, between the father and daughter, mother and daughter and so on. So, I mean, a lot of the times we normalise things, so that's why it was disturbing for me.
But it's a story that needs to be told, right?
It is a story that needs to be told, I do agree, but I still find it disturbing.
Well, I'm very glad that I came out here, and I think, you know, it's a very positive initiative for our community, because I think as a people we take more responsibility for portraying images of ourselves in a positive light, and, you know, in a multifaceted light as well. And that's why I enjoyed what I saw today, because we got an image of an African woman from, you know, behind the camera as a director, and also and the story of an African woman from in front of the camera as well. So I thought it was a very positive, it is a very positive festival, and I was very impressed with what I saw, both artistically and content-wise today. So I was glad to come down here and support, you know, my people in the image of the black woman. You know what I mean? Very, very important thing. You know?
Thanks, my brother. Can I ask you, you know, as regards to the youths, because you know it's all about the next generation. How do you think this could be positive for the youths of future generations?
In many different ways. As we know, images shape our reality, and images very much have a big influence on our education process as young people. You know, more than just being educated by when we go to school. Our environment educates us every day with the things that we see around us all the time. What we take it through our senses all the time is contributes to our process of education. And so really, things like this help to bring new images that are not prevalent in our society, in the mainstream, in popular culture, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. So this is very important in terms of reshaping the reality that we're growing up in, as you know, for our younger generation, and hopefully, you know, in generations to come, we can create an environment whereby they're used to seeing positive images of the black woman and the black man and the black family, you know what I'm saying, together, and, you know, it creates a different kind of reality and mentality in the minds of our children, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, give thanks and praises. Word, sound, and power.
Good thanks.
Blessed love.
Blessed love.